Hello, I'm Dave Largent, and we're going to chat just a bit about Python and Thonny. So what is Python? One description of Python is that it's a high-level general-purpose programming language. Let's pick that apart. What does that mean? High level means that we're writing in a fairly high level of abstraction. That is, we're not down fiddling with bits at the hardware level, but we're writing at a higher level, and the programming language is behind the scenes translating that down to the lower level that actually works with the hardware. General purpose, meaning that it can be used for lots of different applications. There are some programming languages that are designed to do a very particular thing but don't do other things as well. Python is an example of a general purpose language that can be used to do most anything you wish. Python is easy to learn due to its simple syntax, but that does not take away from its capabilities and ability to do anything you might want. It was developed by Guido van Rossum. He began work on it in the 1980s, and it was first released to the public in 1991. It has become very popular over the years. It's ranked within the top 10 most popular programming languages since 2003. And it's ranked as number 1 as of now, and has been for a few years. Where did the name come from? Well, it's actually named after the comedy troupe Monty Python that Guido was fond of watching when he was developing these back in the 80s and 90s. So it's not named after the snake, as you might expect, but it is not after Monty Python. So what is Thonny? It's what's called an integrated development environment, or usually referred to as an IDE. It's much easier to say. Specifically, it's an IDE for Python. Well, what is an integrated development environment? Think of it as an editor. For instance, you might use Google Docs or Microsoft Word to develop Word documents. We'd use an IDE to develop programs. It provides an environment that makes it easy for us to type commands, run the program, identify errors, etc. And so Thonny is an IDE that's developed specifically for Python, and it's developed specifically with beginners in mind. It doesn't have as many bells and whistles that some other more sophisticated IDEs might have, but it has everything that beginners need and will work well for us this semester. And then as you become more experienced programming, you can migrate to other IDEs that have more capabilities when you need them. It is free and open source. There's no cost to download and install and use it. It's open source in the sense that you can actually download the source code and make modifications to it if you wish. And then you could also have the opportunity of recontributing those updates back to the project. It is available for Windows, Mac, and Linux, so available on all of the major operating systems. It was created by an individual by the name of Aviar Anama, who happens to be an Estonian programmer. And he's still actively developing this product. It was first released in 2014, so it's been around a decade and is expected to continue indefinitely. So let's take a look. Certainly not intending to make you an expert on all things Thonny, but wanted to give you a brief exposure to it before we get into it too in-depth in class. As you open it up, you'll see this sort of presentation. You'll notice there's a large area at the top and then a smaller area at the bottom. This top part is what I would refer to as the programming area. That's where we will actually type and develop our program code. The bottom is labeled shell. I may also refer to that as the command area. There's a little different behavior between the two sections. In the shell or the command area, if you type a line of code or an instruction and press enter, it will immediately perform whatever it is you typed, telling it to do. As opposed to in the top area, in the program area, when you type a line of code and press enter, nothing happens other than you're on the next line. So in the program area, it's waiting for you to enter all of the lines, and then when you're done, you will click on the Run button here, and that will do one of two things. it will at least load your code that you've written and make it available in the shell or in the command area. You won't actually see it there, but it'll be available for you to run it. If you have included a command within the program outside of a function, and we'll talk more about that as the semester goes on, when you click on this run button, it will actually execute those commands. So you can develop a function, a program, and then have a command at the bottom of it telling it to run that program, and when you click on this run button, it will automatically run. I tend not to do that because I generally want to just load the program and run it under my own control, but different people have different preferences. Just a couple other things up here at the top. You'll notice there is an open button and a save button, similar to other programs. There's lots of other options here that we will explore, or you can explore on your own, but we'll get into those more as the semester goes forward. But one other thing I'll illustrate here is I'm just going to type some random letters, and I'm going to press enter. I'm down here in the command window or in the shell, and as I press enter, it's giving me a message saying, basically, I don't know what you're talking about. And it opened up this assistant window over here on the side saying name error, name UIJU or whatever it is I typed is not defined. Python doesn't know what that stands for. And so as Thonny finds some things it doesn't understand, it makes an attempt at helping you identify the problem. It gives a cryptic error in the command window, but then it also provides some additional, more human-readable information in the assistant area. Again, lots of other features and details of Thonny we will explore as the semester goes on, but that will provide a brief introduction to it for now. So explore a bit, and we'll see you in class.